Hello, we are in winter and I planted some plants in my grow bed behind, and I thought it would be interesting to go through the plants, see the growth through the season, weeks after weeks, and yeah, just have a little follow-up video on the growth of the plants in winter in aquaponics in the south of Australia. So here we have some pak choy. It's been planted a while. I put a few of them. I got another one just there. You see they are growing really well. Just before I had some tomatoes on the surface, so the tomatoes were taking a lot of room. But here I'm quite happy with the pak choy. As soon as I removed the tomatoes that were basically everywhere on the surface, you see they were growing on those lines. They were basically giving a lot of shade. But as soon as I remove the tomato, the pak choy are now able to grow. I got a small one here. So I'm pretty happy with the pak choy. Obviously it's going to grow a little bit. It's never a big plant anyway, pak choy. So it's going to grow a little bit more and we're going to be able to harvest it quite soon. I also planted some kale. So the kale, I put it at the back of the grow beds because we know that kale can grow quite big. So in winter it continues to grow. It grows slowly, but it's there, you know. I planted these kales maybe 2 weeks ago. All the plants, most of the plants here, they came maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you see I got more here and there. Another one in the corner there. So again, I put it on the back of the setup because I know that it's going to be quite tall and I want to keep the light for the little plants that are more in front. So that's the general idea, but again I always want to mix the spaces, so it's not a rule that I really follow to have always the big plant at the back. I also sometimes mix and I put some at the front. For example, here you can see that silver beet, and this silver beet is at the front. Simply because I mix. I put some here, I will put some on the back. I really mix spaces. So here now we got something interesting. This is beetroot. So you see beetroot, I put it also 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was super small, so it's growing very slowly. We see the little leaves that are coming, which is very, very nice. So I got a few more. This one is maybe a silver beet actually. Another beetroot. I think this one is a beetroot as well. I'm not sure, but this one is a beetroot. This one as well, beetroot, that has only 2 leaves, so I'm not really sure what is going to happen with this one. This one looks okay. I think it's going to grow. I have others here. Another beetroot. And this one is a silver beet. So you see it's almost the same color, but the leaves are a little bit different. And another beetroot here. So this one is the turmeric. So you see it's winter now, so I cut all the turmeric and I have to harvest it. So to harvest the turmeric you just have to pull it. I don't know if I'm going to harvest it this year because obviously I already planted the other plant, so if I pull it, it's gonna disturb all those little babies here and there. So this one, for example, is baby spinach. This one is another silver beet, yes, silver beet. So we'll see what we do with it. But I may remove a few. So just for the video, I'm gonna remove this one, if I can. I will do it a bit later because it's going to make a mess. Otherwise, what else do we have on those grow beds? We have some celery. So you see little celery that I seeded a few months ago and now it's growing. So I just planted it here. I got another one there. So the celery is growing quite well. One here, one there again, there. and here I got a few because this is where I planted the seeds. So you see that's a jungle of celery here. So all this will have to be maybe moved a bit because it's probably too thick. We got another spinach here. Okay, so now let's see. I also planted some bean seeds. So I got snow beans, and those ones are, you see, I planted them 2 weeks ago, so they are coming up now. Another one there, you see. And what do we have here? Yeah, here they are. You see, here and there. There. So during the night the temperature falls down to probably few degrees, like maybe, I'm not sure, very close to zero, maybe 3-4 degrees. So you see that's winter. Fortunately it doesn't freeze. It may freeze, you know, sometimes it goes to -2 in Melbourne in Australia, but even with those cold temperature I'm still able to grow some food during winter. So obviously it's not the most productive season. You see it's quite empty in the grow beds, but still you can still grow some food. So here you see I empty them. I removed all the tomatoes. It looks empty, but I planted new plants, and we're gonna see against I mean in the next months how quickly this grow bed become green again, and how quickly we can grow the plants and harvest them in the worst case conditions. So when I say worst case, it's because obviously here, I don't think I presented this before to you, but those grow beds here, those aquaponic systems, they are placed underneath this big tree, which is a cypress tree. And this tree is giving me a lot of shade, unfortunately, on the systems. I got this other one here. So basically the orientation, I never have full sun on those setups, and that can be very, very limiting for some plants. So I'm not very happy with this, but unfortunately I rent the place where I am at the moment, so I don't have the possibility to find another area to position the aquaponic systems. I got another one here, and this one is a bit better because it's getting a little bit more sun, but that's very, very small scale aquaponics, and it's on a solar system. You see, I got the panel that is here on the roof. So this system is quite nice but small, and then the others they are a bit in the shed, but even in the shed and in winter, so basically that's really poor conditions, we're going to see what we're going to be able to grow. So I think it's going to be interesting. And you see we have the strawberries. Obviously they don't produce at this time of the year, but they are still there, you see, waiting for the good season to start and produce again. So I'm quite happy with this. So let's see if we can have a look at the turmeric production, because that's the exact best time to basically harvest the turmeric. So I'm gonna dig here around, remove those guys, see what we can harvest from them, and then we're gonna put the shoots back into the system, ready for next season. So let's do it. Okay, so I got my shovel and I'm just gonna dig around. So here the difficulty is to try to not damage the little plants. I just want to try to make it a bit soft. You see that's a big you see I try to cut around to really avoid to come in contact. Oh, I went through it. You can see the roots, you see? Wow, that's a lot. I can see some here down. All this is good to harvest, you see. Still have some here. You see, it got a worm on it, so it means that he's eating whatever dead material is around. and I got plenty here. Here we are. You see, all this is turmeric. It's full of turmeric, you see. That's a good block of turmeric. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean this, and I'm gonna harvest most of it, but I'm gonna put some shoots back into the system. So the shoots I want to put are the ones who are shooting to the surface. You see, those ones I'm gonna harvest all this, but I'm gonna keep the ones that show like they're gonna grow a leaf soon. You see, all this is gonna grow leaves. So here I just took a bit of water from the aquaponics system to clean this properly. Okay, because as you can see, it's a bit of dirt around. Not bad, you know, nothing bad, but just to clean a bit. So you can really see how it works, right? Here you see the shoot, all those ones, they shoot leaves, and now it's winter, so the leaves are really kind of dying. So it's really good time to harvest because all the energy is back in the root and the plant is ready for next season. But obviously that's also the best time. If you want to harvest it, it's the best time to do it. So just clean it a bit, and then you can really crack it like I do. And this is good, you see, that's exactly what I want to put back in the system. I will put this one back, I will plant this back, and I will probably plant a few others, and the rest I can harvest. So here you see all this. The plant doesn't need all those things. So here, this is exactly where a new leaf is going to shoot later on. So in those ones, I'm probably going to harvest another one here, and maybe the little one there. So this one I can harvest, and I will replant that. The rest here, yeah, we can plant also here some. This one, if we plant this, is gonna grow. So let's replant this. And this really, I'm gonna separate it again. You see, that's a complex structure of roots. So let me know in the comment of the video what type of recipe you will do. How would you use this? You see the worms here? Like it inside, because I imagine inside there is maybe a bit of organic matters. You see all those worms? It's quite interesting. So those ones are gonna feed my fish. I'm gonna give them to the fish straight away. Unfortunately, guys, the camera is not in the good angle to see it, but trust me, they will enjoy it. Okay. Clean it. I don't think my girlfriend will be happy to see the worms in the food, so making sure I clean it properly. But you see, when you see worms like this, that's sign of a healthy ecosystem. It really means it's not anaerobic, it's aerobic. So that's exactly what we want. So I may break it because you see I have some media that is inside. I want it to be very, very clean. Up. Break it again. So all this is good to harvest. You see. So let me know in the comment of the video, please, what type of recipe we can make with this turmeric. Personally, I drink some, but I haven't found the best way to consume it. So if you have a good recipe, please, obviously you can cook with, but do you drink it? I mean, let us know how you process it basically before eating it, because this is supposed to be super healthy. Just want to know, what do you do with it? You see the production is quite big because that's just a small plant that was there. And you see all the things that it produces. It's quite a lot. I think I'm going to leave the others. You see I have some others there and there. I don't really need it, so I'm going to leave it for next year to have maybe a bit more of them. And by the time, I hope you guys are going to give me some good ideas of what we can do with this production. You see, that's a really big root. So I don't know how much you consume as well, because myself, I don't consume much. So yeah, let us know in the comments. But again, yeah, if you want to try this in your aquaponics system, you just go to the shop and you buy a little bit of fruit. Just watch out, if it's too dry it may not work, but if it's young, if you see some white bits like this, it's excellent. That's what you can plant. Yeah, it's easy. You put it in the grow bed. As long as your grow bed is working, as I explained in my videos, with aerobic conditions, so you got a bell siphon and the roots are gonna be able to breathe. That's super important for this type of crop. If it's the case, then it's gonna work. So when I got small shoots like this, I may replant them. I'm gonna keep the big ones for myself. So all the rest here is good. I'm gonna put this in the compost because there's still a lot of good stuff inside. You know, some plants, some roots. So I don't want to throw it away. I want to keep all this nitrogen and use it later on in my other pot plants. So those ones, you see small pieces like this, I'm going to replant it. This one I may harvest it, so I'm just going to clean it again. This one I'm going to replant, and this I'm going to harvest. Okay, and this one I'm going to harvest as well at the end because I got wet plenty. So all the things I want to harvest, I put them here on the side, and the thing I want to replant, I put them there. So this one I'm going to cut because anyway that's the end of winter. That's winter now, so this is going to be cut. This as well. I'm just going to put it back in the system, and I will be able to even plant other things in between because it's not going to take any room on the surface, so no problem, I can put other plants with it. I'm just going to get the... Oh, actually I got a knife with me here, so I should be able to cut it. It's probably not the best thing. It's better to have a nice tool, what in French we call sécato, to cut it. But anyway, I'm going to use the knife for this time only. Okay, so this is completely dead, so you can put it in the compost. This as well, I'm just going to cut it here, otherwise this part is going to rot, right? So let's cut it properly. Up. And I'm going to replant those. So to replant, extremely easy. Same thing is if you buy some from the shop. Just dig a hole, put your thing inside, not too deep, you see. I mean, you saw how it was when I digged it out, but basically just like 1 or 2 centimeters below the surface. If you see some white bit like this, you know that they are trying to go to the surface, so put it in the good way, because if you put them upside down, it's still going to work, but it's going to take more time to grow. So if you can, put them in the good direction. I try to put it all together at the same area. I know it's probably going to produce more if you give it a bit more space, especially the leaves are large. But the only thing is, when it grows, it takes quite a bit of room, you know, the leaves. So I don't want it to be my only production. I want to have other plants as well, because as I said, I like biodiversity. So for this one, I never had any issue with disease or special pests. So what I do, I put them together, and in this specific case, this one I put it back. Okay, so you see that's good now. This is gonna produce next year. Don't want to see it too much. This is a pea. What is this? Ah, that's another one I just planted, obviously. Okay, I put it back up. That's it, and that's good now. Next year it's gonna produce. Here we are. You see, that's a nice production. So it's plenty, you know, I don't need all this, and I got plenty more in the grow beds, but I'm gonna leave it for next year. So guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Again, I'm going to give you updates every few weeks on the growth of those plants. They are winter plants, so I don't expect it to grow so quickly. You know, it's going to grow very, very slowly for a few months. But still, I want to show you some updates of what we can do. So I hope you enjoy this video. You see what I harvested in terms of turmeric is quite nice. I'm probably not going to eat everything. I'm going to give some to friends. But again, I really look forward to read your comments and see what we can do with this turmeric. In terms of the video, I hope you enjoy seeing the different plants that I put in the system during winter. I'm going to give you some updates every few weeks about the growth of those plants. Keep in mind we are in winter, in the worst case conditions, so it's going to be a bit slow, but we're going to still be able to produce some food in winter, so that's quite good. If you're new to the channel, you can have access to a free aquaponics training from the description of the video just below if you are watching on YouTube, or in the like information on the corner of the video somewhere. This training is designed to help you to build your aquaponics system in the best conditions, so it's free information, critical information to respect when you design your aquaponics system in terms of ratio between whatever, you know, the quantity of fish, the size of the grow bed, size of the fish tank, all those type of things. So I recommend you to have a look at this free training. It's going to avoid you to make some beginner's mistakes. If you are new to the channel, you can also subscribe. I release one video every week, and you can also give a like to the video if you liked it. I hope it is the case, so give it a good like, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye guys. Don't forget to get your free gift from this screen. You can also leave me a comment below the video, subscribe to the channel, and see my last video. I really hope to see you soon, and I wish you a fantastic success with aquaponics. Have a good crop!